What's good, Jan? It's time we talk about Ajax. Wanna know the reason why? That is because he's getting buffed. Yes, you heard that right. On the weekend, we're getting an Ajax banner and Ajax is getting a buff. Now, what does that buff entail? The answer is very simple. It is a buff to the to the unnameable faction in general, which is called the Ancient Blood. So, Ancient Blood is a passive that increases team members' damage by 4%. So let's figure out what it does, and then also let's see if we can figure out the impact of 4% damage. So let's go to any random stage. Let's say gear rate 1, stage 20. We go in. We have our normal units as usual, and then we take Ajax. If we now add in Ajax with his Ancient Blood, what happens? He still has the Lord effect from the cultists, but gets 4% damage. If we swap Ajax with the Lord, nothing happens. So as far as I can tell, and I'm pretty certain that's the way it is, this Ancient Blood is a passive for every unnameable unit that stacks on top of Lord bonuses. Alright, now to figure out how big a 4% increase actually is, we'll be building Ajax the exact same way on my account as well as on the test server account, and then comparing their different hits, trying to see how big of a difference 4% actually makes.
Our research begins.
Alright, so here we go. We got two Ajaxes with a BP difference of 5,000, even though they have the same artifact and pretty similar stats. And I guess the reason is actually right in my second Ajax right here, and that's the fact that we have only level 3 out of 5 basic attack. So it's going to be interesting to see what is stronger, 10% damage on the basic attack or 4% through the Ancient Blood passive. But besides that, they both are going to be running a Tear of Twilight. And gear-wise, let's have a look at the stats. 9,300 attack, 9,308 attack here, 9,379 on the other Ajax, and we have 317 to 303 attack speed, but that doesn't really matter. Then we have the exact same crit rate for whatever reason. And we have then a crit damage difference of 3%. So on the one with a bit lower attack, we have 3% more crit damage. So the stats are pretty much as similar as it gets. And especially if the increase or decrease in damage is barely noticeable, then yeah, that's just it. Then it is barely noticeable. Alright, so first off, the unbuffed version, the normal Ajax. We'll just be going into Guild Boss normal and or Guild Boss easy even, and just recording the numbers. So we bring him in, and basic attack we have 57,843. 57,843, 57,843, and burns at 10,528. So pretty consistent, pretty nice. And then we just fast forward time. Oh, I think there was 100k through the lightning, so I guess it's also nice to see what the lightning does. And then we use the ultimate, which does 104,107 per tick, as well as the 10,528 burns. Now we have the 63,000 damage, and if you're wondering why, the answer is Sorbonne Arcana set. So time for Ajax to go, and time to do the same thing with buffed Ajax. Alright, here we go, same scenario, and right here we have the numbers to beat. So 57,843 on the basic, 10,528 on the burn, 105,338 on the lightning, and 104,007 on the ult, but that's per hit from the ult. So the lightning does straight up 65,000? Oh yeah, that's because of the basic attack. Because the basic attack on our main account is only level 3. Yeah. And I think we had a lightning there at 108. Okay. So the basic attack numbers are probably gonna be a bit off. Lightning is higher though by 3,000. And now the ult. 106,959. And the burns are at 11,100 something, right? Alright, so here we are in the defeat screen, kinda synonymous with the way I'm feeling at the moment, but that's not that important. Here we have old versus new. So honestly, let's start with the basic attacks. You can expect around 62,563k, the difference wouldn't be that big. Versus 65k, so an increase of around 2,000 if we had the basic attack maxed. Then you have the burn from the basic attack that clocks in at around 330 more, but that's per tick, so it just stacks up over time, obviously. On the lightning, you have a difference of around 3,300, and on the ultimate, a difference of around 2,800 per tick. Overall, it doesn't look that impressive, but not all hope is lost, because there's still the fact that the Ancient Blood passive is cumulative with Lord bonuses. So we'll test it with Lord bonus. I'm not going to show you the whole testing. We're just going to swap to this screen as soon as I'm finished. Alright, so here we are for this final damage show off. And that's the fact that if you look at those numbers, yeah, there's a lot of numbers. Even though they're still close together, the gap between the non-boosted and the boosted version has increased with the addition of a Lord bonus. So yeah, the Lord bonus didn't make him equal in the difference between their numbers, but the new Ajax with King Hars as the Lord, so a neutral Lord without any benefit offensively, increased our damage difference between new Ajax and old Ajax. So overall, what's the conclusion? Is Ajax now all of a sudden worth pulling? Not really. Nothing really has changed. But everyone that has an Ajax, rejoice. Everyone that's going to pull an Ajax on the Adia banner, rejoice. He is going to become stronger. And this whole Ancient Blood passive is going to be something that appears on every unnameable unit, which also includes the Dragon Fighter we get on the anniversary. So yeah, peace.